So there was this one idea about health supplements. So she suggested cooking vegetables, using the juice, using a syringe, injecting it into gummy bears, giving it to elderly, and saying they were just gummy bears so they don't have to eat the healthy food.
Wow.
So be a vegetarian gummy bear. Hey, I'm Adila.
I'm Xuan.
We are Team GummyCare.
And you
are listening to Yasu Design Live.
Alright, so in our last episode, episode 36, we featured a super interesting local project on incorporating lion dance into the active aging program for seniors.
And today we're flipping the script and zooming into the other end of the age spectrum. Kids!
Woo!
So Xuan, when you think of design projects in primary school, what comes to your mind?
Actually, I would think more towards like art classes than design. So when I recall, like it's maybe some sketching with crayons, you know.
That sounds like preschool though. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, late bloomer. But I remember, you know, we had to buy like this gigantic construction paper, right? You know, of different colors. I remember we also had to like origami them, you know, fold them into like some sort of folder to store our pieces of drawing blocks. I don't know if you remember. Yeah,
okay.
that was like my very vivid memory
You
of
have
like
a
art
very
classes.
good memory. I don't really remember much though. I just know there's art classes and that's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
do you know there's actually a curriculum in Singapore that brings design thinking to primary school students?
Wow. So you mean design thinking as in research all the way to problem statements and all the way to ideations and design concepts?
Yes, all of that. And it's not only that, even prototyping, coding, pitching, and presentations as well.
Oh wow. Isn't that what I do in university only? And these kids can already take our jobs.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, so once again, in support of the People of Design campaign by DesignSingapore Council, we have 5 students led by a teacher with us today.
Through an innovative approach to ignite healthy eating habits among fellow primary school students, let us welcome Team GummyCare from Ai Tong Pri School. Tell us who you are and what is your favorite healthy food.
Hello, my name is Amelia and my favorite healthy food is soup.
Hello, my name is Karyn and my favorite healthy food is salad. Hello, my name is Liu and my favorite healthy food is mashed potatoes.
Hello, my name is Ingenious and my favorite healthy food is fruit salad.
Hello, my name is Rui Jie and my favorite fruit is cauliflower.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Tan and my favorite healthy food is overnight cold oats. I'm HOD Innovation and Project Work in Ai Tong School. I oversee Team GummyCare in our school's Thinkers program, together with their team teacher, Xing Lao Shi. This group of students have been selected by their P4 form teachers for this program last year, as they have demonstrated attitude and aptitude towards creative, idea generation and collaborative work skills observed during their Primary 4 IDEA at ATS project work.
Cool. Welcome to Yasu Design Live
Yes,
podcast.
thank you guys
Wow.
for agreeing to do this with us. Especially thank you to Mrs. Tan as well to organize this and align with the kids so that they are on board with this as well. First of all, can you tell us a bit more what Team GummyCare is about?
We are a group of young designers and creators, and we are ambassadors of healthy eating among primary school students.
Cool. Okay, so are you able to share with us what Team GummyCare's great idea is?
Our great idea is to change the mindset of our fellow schoolmates. We want to encourage them to eat more healthy. To us, healthy eating is not just about eating more vegetables and fruits. We want to make eating healthy food fun.
Yes, our team envisioned it to be done through a point-based food menu, face recognition terminal, food ordering terminal, and health e-buddy kiosk in our school canteen.
Wow. Health e-buddy kiosk.
Yeah, sounds super fun and innovative. I mean, back in my primary school, what did I do? I just play catching.
Oh yeah, I remember in my primary school, we used to secretly buy Mentos
Why?
from the
For
drink
what?
store. Like because the school will ban us from buying like unhealthy
unhealthy food.
Yeah,
are
then
you?
we found out that actually the auntie is like secretly selling Mentos for 30 cents.
Wow.
So yeah, we are definitely not as disciplined as your kids
Yeah.
now. So okay, let's just say right, Adila and I right now are your schoolmates at Ai Tong Primary School. So if your idea comes true, what will the experience be like, and will there be 30 cents Mentos also?
So during recess, you will queue in front of a canteen stall. You will look at the menu, and each food item will have a points assigned based on how healthy it is.
You will scan your face through the face recognition terminal and tell the store vendor what you want to eat. The vendor will select the food in the food ordering terminal and points will be added to your profile accordingly.
You get your food and start eating. After that, you go to the Healthy Buddy kiosk to check in your points in class or school ranking. With the points you have diligently accumulated, you can redeem some rewards.
Wow, still got rewards leh.
Yeah, interesting, right? I mean, I think the main difference between their generation and ours is that the fact that they have phones. The way I see it,
yeah, more digitally driven, so they are
correct.
more familiar with this kind of digital systems as well.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So far, I think we are hearing some user journey, touch points, and levels. It's so cool hearing these kids as young as 10 doing something we're doing at work.
Yeah, lor. Kids, these are the things that we only know when we go to work at 25 years old. So to understand how Team GummyCare landed onto this super cool idea with, health e-buddy kiosk, terminal at the food stalls, let's dive into their design process. So let's hear from Mrs. Tan to understand all about this design thinking program. So Mrs. Tan, can you speak a little bit about the Thinkers program that you mentioned just now, and tell us what it is and also how this program came about?
Sure. So project work is part of the school curriculum for all Ai Tong students starting from primary 3. In project work, they learn about innovation and invention, and then at primary 4, they are introduced to design thinking. At primary 4, selected students are invited to join the Singapore Hokkien Hui Kwan Thinkers Program, or in short, the SHHK Thinkers Program, as an extension to what they do for project work in schools. It offers students an opportunity to deepen their understanding and application of design thinking through a more intensive and comprehensive program. In this program, it also aims to develop their confidence, analytical and problem-solving competencies, and expose them to areas of STEM and how technology like AI can help to improve our way of life.
I'm curious also, so every P4 will go through this program in Ai Tong Primary School, is it?
Every P4 will go through the project work program, and then selected students will go through the Thinkers program, which is an extension to what they do in project work.
I feel that there's a mouthful of words that I'm just getting to know. Yeah, but I'm sure you can explain a bit more later on. Like I think this is spot on and it's very in line with a lot of our listeners as well, right? You think, Xuan? Because for our listeners, they are mostly designers as well. So we are always finding ways to improve the lives of our other people. Also, one more thing, we are very curious. How did the idea of teaching design to the students of Ai Tong School even started? Like, how did you pitch the idea of integrating design into the school curriculum?
Right, our P3 pupils are actually purposefully exposed to everyday items or things around them to create this awareness that creativity and innovation is a way of living and way of thinking, and it's all around us in our daily life as they work on the activities that we have curated for them in the project work curriculum. They are then guided to carefully observe and identify improvements that can evolve from these existing products to meet the needs of others. Then they are guided to creatively design solutions using a brainstorming tool called Scamper.
Another word that we are not familiar
Yeah,
with.
I've not heard of this scamper.
Yeah.
Even in school or at work. So tell us more about what scamper means.
Okay, so Scamper is a quick and easy, direct form of creative brainstorming. We guide the students to use the tool by asking questions about existing product using the 7 prompts. These questions will help them come up with creative ideas for developing new products and for improving current ones.
So these 7 prompts then make up the acronym SCAMPER, right? So students, just now we see that you are having a lot of fun in the background also. Since you have been through P3, Are you able to help us educate on what each letter represents and also share one guiding question? Maybe we can also try it at work next time.
Yeah.
S is substitute. What materials or resources can you substitute or swap to improve the product?
C is combine. What will happen if you combine this product with another to create something new?
A is adapt. How could you adapt or readjust this product to serve another purpose or use?
M is modify. How could you change the shape, look or feel of your product? And P is put to another use. Who or what else could use this product?
E is eliminate. What features, parts or rules could you take away? R is reverse. What if you try to do the exact opposite of what you are trying to do now?
So you see, Scamper is what they learn in primary 3 and they go through project work in primary 4 as part of our school's applied learning program, I Dare at ATS. Applied learning is bringing real-life authentic situation for students to design. And that's where the idea of bringing design thinking into project work comes about. So when they do design thinking, they use empathy and think of solutions to help people with their work or improve their lives.
Cool. Do we have an example of, giving them an idea of this is what designing for real life means?
Right, so in their P4 project work, the problem statement is actually how can you recreate a space in Ai Tong School so that it becomes a welcoming place or, a place that's conducive for learning. So they may pick up the library, they may pick up maybe the canteen or even the classroom as a place where they can work on and make improvement based on what they have, the data or information they have collected from their fellow schoolmates.
Oh, and then they can just go there and see what's the constraints like, what's the space
Yes,
like.
that's right.
Basically, so far what we have been hearing from you guys is a bit of introduction to Ai Tong and then the team and then also GummyCare and also laying down the context of this project. So next, we want to know more about what the students have experienced in the Thinkers program. How long is the whole program, and if you can break it down, what are the different phases that is included in the program?
Alright, so SHHK Thinkers Program is an annual SHHK organized program with student participants from 5 affiliated primary schools, which is Tao Nan School, Chongfu School, Konghua School, Nanqiao Primary School, and Ai Tong School. It is almost a year-long program where students meet up in small groups with their teachers weekly and work on the defined problem or theme using design thinking. Along the way, they also go through boot camps in June or September to learn more about AI, pitching skills, future learning to actually refine the quality of their projects and presentation.
Wow. Actually, all these boot camps to learn about AI and pitching skills is also something that we
As
at our
designers
age, right,
also.
is also learning as
Yeah.
well. So it's really, very inspiring to hear, kids as young as 11 years old, learning all this. Yeah. So tell us, Team GummyCare, how did your team have an idea in the first place?
The theme of the challenge was towards a healthier lifestyle. Initially, we wanted to focus on elderly and to raise awareness on healthier food and their benefits. We observed that after COVID, many elderly are using smartphones due to the SingPass, and we wanted to create an app to help them maintain an active and healthy lifestyle.
Oh, awesome. So it was initially an app for the elderly.
Yeah. I think it's a good observation also. After COVID, everyone started to whip out their phone,
Yeah.
to scan.
Everyone is just
QRs
very hooked on
everywhere.
online, basically.
Yeah,
you
that's
have
a very
nowhere
good
to go.
observation.
Yeah. So we are just also wondering, how did it then become an idea for your schoolmates instead?
We were privileged to be guided by a mentor, Mr. Kwa, co-founder and director, Reassemble. During our consultation with Mr. Kwa at Temasek Polytechnic, he advised us to consider how much and how well we know about this group of users, and to also rethink how accessible and adaptable an app will be for them. So we brainstormed again and decided to focus on our fellow schoolmates, and we believe that healthy eating habits should start from young.
Actually, I think it's really nice. They get people elsewhere to come in and really give them very, very practical advices. Because I think a lot of times when I think of projects in schools, they may tend to be a bit more ideal, you know.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, and then it's good that someone comes in and tell them that, you know, in the real life it may not be working this way, so let's think of another alternative.
Yeah, I
to
agree,
make it more
because
realistic.
I imagine myself putting myself in the shoes of the students, right? And then imagine if I were like to see my teacher who I already known for a few months already, and you come up with a project, and then your teacher might be a bit like biased and just agree to it, maybe because they like you as a person. But when you have someone external coming in to actually critique your idea, it's actually quite helpful.
Yeah, so how did y'all come about with all these point systems, terminals at the stalls, and also the health e-buddy kiosk?
Yeah, were there any like references from outside that you guys get? Did you oversee some ideas and you get it from there? Yeah.
We had a lot of different ideas, so our teacher got us to share our ideas through collaborative sketching. We draw one idea on our own paper at the same time, and then we pass our paper to the person beside us, who will then add on ideas to our original idea. This will go around the table until we get our paper back. That's when we saw ideas like rewards, vending machines, and kiosks at the canteen store. So we put this idea together to form GummyCare.
The part of the magic of doing this idea is the fact that you originally have an idea, then you just leave it out to the world, and then you see what comes back to you.
Yeah, and sometimes maybe you think like, actually I don't really like this idea, but someone helped to bling it, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, and then you start to re-love the idea. Actually, I want to ask, is there any like funny ideas that came about from the brainstorming?
So there was this one idea about health supplements that Karyn made up. So she suggested cooking vegetables, using the juice, using a syringe, injecting it into gummy bears, giving it to elderly, and saying they were just gummy bears so they don't have to eat the healthy food.
Wow!
So be a vegetarian gummy bear.
Oh, so is that's why we have GummyCare, is it? Oh, I see. That's quite funny.
Yeah.
I mean, also like for positive intent lah, right?
So just to add on to what we are discussing, do you have to do anything to make sure your idea is useful to others?
Yes, one of the trainers taught us that it is important to conduct some form of survey or interview to understand our users better. So, together with our teacher, we designed the survey, and Mrs. Tan helped to send the survey to all students in the school via SLS to help us gather information which can improve our solution design.
We found out more about their healthy eating habits, food options, and what will motivate them to eat more healthily. That helped us to refine some of the features in our prototype. Mr. Hua, our mentor for the National Design Project, continued to guide us in incorporating features that will be useful to attract and sustain motivation among our target users, the young children.
What is SLS?
It's an online platform for teachers to give us assignments to do, like when there's PSLV, we cannot go to school, then we have to do our own learning at home.
Oh, so something like self-learning, is it?
So it's a MOE learning platform. All schools actually have access to it. So it's a student learning system.
Okay.
Oh, I see. So you all make use of this system and then disseminate the survey to get other people to give their input lah.
That's
Is
right.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite smart, eh? Yeah, okay. And then like for Karyn, maybe we can ask also, you know, you all found out more about the healthy eating habits. Do you recall anything from the surveys?
So we initially thought that they wanted educational videos, but after their voting, we realized that they wanted prizes to motivate themselves.
Oh, I see. So more reward driven. That's why you all have the point system and the rewards in the end. Okay. Yeah, so we are really interested to know as well, you know, what happens at the end of the program.
So the Thinkers teams will work together with their teachers till the end of the program, which usually culminates in a final showcase with all the 5 SHHK school participants in attendance.
Our team was selected to do a booth presentation at Nanqiao Primary School, and we had many opportunities to interact with students and teachers from the 4 SHHK schools. Our principal and vice principal were there too.
We really enjoyed sharing our project, answering questions, and demonstrating how our Health e-Buddy kiosk prototype works. We also designed a big poster which summarizes our project ideas placed at our booth.
Around the same period of time, we also received news that our team was awarded the Distinction Award in the National Design Project, and we were thrilled to be invited to share our project at the Design Education Summit held at Star Performing Arts Centre. We also had a chance to share our project ideas with Minister Chan Chun Sing.
Wow, sounds like a really big achievement for these kids. I'm really proud of you guys for what you have achieved.
Yeah. I don't even remember what I did in primary 5. I think I was just playing basketball.
Or Pokemon.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just have a bonus question to the kids, to you guys. Like, how was your parents' reaction to all of this? Because for me, I'm a parent, so I would love to know what my kids' reaction to all of this. Yeah.
My dad didn't say anything. He was just like, "Oh, you have a project. That's cool." And my mom just listened.
Oh.
So my mother just say, just continue on things I've never done before, so that I can learn more and learn better.
Is there any other things that you want to do that you have not done before also?
Maybe like making solution for other problems.
Yeah, that sounds like a designer.
How about Luke? I think you wanted to say something, right?
Yeah. My parents were not really very happy that I had to go for this thing.
Why?
Because a few of the sessions were during winter assessment times, and I had to go for them, so I missed out on a lot of revision time.
I see.
But then after seeing what I achieved, they were okay with it.
It's usually like that, right? You
Yeah.
know, last time parents will say, don't do this, don't do that. Then after that, they realize we achieved something. They're like,
Yeah.
you know, my daughter
Yeah,
at
like-
the Chinese New Year also
Yeah,
keep telling
precisely.
relatives.
Yeah. Like if they say you do something, then they were wondering why you waste time doing this until you appear on the newspaper. Oh, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, I think as long as you're doing something great.
Yeah.
How about we just close it up with Xuan and Karyn also?
My parents were very proud of me. They told me to continue to be in this program next time.
Oh, that's nice.
That's nice.
My parents thought it was a good opportunity for me to learn something new.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. It seems like there's good reception
Yes.
from the parents through this program as well. Actually, I want to go back to what Xuan mentioned. So, you all did the Health e-Buddy kiosk prototype, right? Can you give us an idea how the prototype is? Is it like paper, cardboard put together? How is it like?
So basically, the Healthy Buddy Kiosk itself is a cardboard box with yellow paper around it and some drawings of fruits and veggies, and it says Healthy Buddy Kiosk. So then there's a slit where we put laminated plastic through. So then there are different screens. So we just put the main screens in our project slides, and then there are 2 hooks. So when we're modeling it to other people, we just pull it. So it's like you're moving the screen itself.
Oh, that's so smart. And who designed the screen?
Our teacher.
Oh, that's nice.
The content came from them. So basically, I demonstrated to them that this is a way you can show others the screen that comes on.
That is very, very smart.
So we also had another box but it was covered in white paper, and we put a hologram kind of face thing so that we can pretend it's a face recognition machine.
Oh, okay. And so it's all low cost paper put together for people to imagine the actual solution.
So where are all these prototypes now?
In some cupboard in school.
You should take care of it.
It sounds like a fun thing to play with, can put outside. And you all mentioned because you all presented at Star Vista, right? The Star Performing Arts Centre. Is there where you all put the prototype there for people to play with as well? Oh, okay. They all nodded. We are not talking to ourselves, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Did Minister Chan Chun Sing also went over to play with the prototype?
They didn't really touch it. We just explained it by showing them.
I see. Okay. So I have a question for Mrs. Tan. So basically, right, after all this project was done and then it was presented and then winning the award and all that, were there any like other students who saw this and then approach you and say, hey, I like what you guys did, can you include me in the next round? Or were there any like parents who like say, hey, why you never put my daughter or my son in this such a big important project? Basically we want to like understand how was the feedback like after seeing all these achievements.
I think generally the students were curious. They wanted to know more. In fact, we put up their project videos at the kiosk that we have in school. So it is the TV that is dedicated to all the project works that they have done. Yeah, no, we don't have very negative feedback from the parents with regards to why they were not chosen and things like that. Yeah, because this is a program for the primary 4 students and they are in P5 this year. So they went on to another project work that is planned for them.
I see. So Team GummyCare, can you also share with us, what's your favorite part in this whole project?
I used to be very scared of doing presentations and interacting with others, but being in this program, I have learned to be brave, and I really enjoy doing group presentations as I can interact with the audience in a more relaxed manner.
I really enjoyed presenting to different audiences at the Design Education Summit. The educators asked us very good questions and they got us thinking deeper about our own design. I think there is always room for further improvement in any solution. I also met Minister Chan again after meeting him at school when he officiated the opening ceremony of the Sustainable Art Wall outside the art room. I think when my mom came over to pick me up to go for a hospital appointment, she was very happy because she thought it looked really cool because it was last year. So the other people in primary school were all like primary 5, so we were technically the youngest there. And there were also people from like pre-U. So then it was really cool to be able to be in the same space as them, on the same level as them.
Wow.
I really enjoyed the booth presentation at the Design Education Summit. There were many other primary and secondary school students presenters there. I get to listen to their innovative solutions and exchange some good ideas. I can distinctively remember one solution focusing on how to help people de-stress in a dark room. I thought it was a brilliant idea. It was really an eye-opening experience.
I want to ask Luke also, because you mentioned, you used to be very scared of doing presentation, right? So how are you with presentation now after this program?
I'm more okay with presentations, but I still don't feel as comfortable to do stage presentations. So for now, I'll still prefer booth presentations because I don't have to be in such a big stage.
I think booth is also like more casual.
Yes.
You
more
just
intimate.
stand, you stand there and then when someone comes over to you, it's a sign that they are interested in something that you are presenting, right? So whereas presentation, you don't know what's their mindset like. People just come in and sit all around and then somehow you feel like you have that stress that you need to convey a message also. So we can understand, the stress of doing presentations as well. We do a lot at work.
Yes, My advice to you, Luke, is that basically you don't feel too down about it, about doing stage presentation, because it's in phases, you see. First you do class presentations, then now you do booth presentations, then in the future you will step up and become a master stage presenter. Yeah, it all comes in phases basically.
So Amelia, if we can ask you, because you mentioned the educator asked very good questions, do you recall any questions, when they asked and then you were like,
Good
let
question.
me think about it.
They asked us if the kiosk would come into our school, and we said we don't know because I don't know if the technology is like that advanced yet. And now my group mates are just keep asking our teachers when is it going to be in our canteen.
You mean they ask you when the kiosk is gonna be in a canteen?
Yeah, we keep asking our teachers, is it going to be in the canteen soon?
Okay, let's direct the question to Mrs. Tan. So is it gonna be in the Ai Tong Primary School canteen soon?
So as you can see, the discussion brought about a lot of considerations. So the children talk about reward point system, they talk about coupons and all. So not just the technology per se, but also the details in which the entire system or the logic goes about. So there are different programs that caters to different stage of design thinking. For this program, basically, it is more of like the creative thinking portion, whereby we really allow students to think out of the box. imagine themselves in a situation and putting themselves in the shoes of others and to really brainstorm ideas which might work. Yeah, so this remains at the brainstorming, the creative portion. Whereas there are other platforms in school whereby we aim to have the innovative solution being implemented.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so for example, in our school, we do have our ATS Voices. It is a platform where students give ongoing suggestions to help to actively look for problems around the school and to implement or to suggest solutions that can help to improve the learning environment. And our recent implementation included a book exchange corner at the canteen area, because students mentioned about library, you loan books, return books and all. They wanted a space whereby they can actually go there to read books, exchange books, and just a cozy corner. So we actually put that in place. There are other it might be very small little things like we see them as everyday creativity. Students requesting for a clock at the void deck area, because our void deck area is actually a place where our recess play activities are quite prevalent, and students are often caught up with all the activities and they will lose track of time. So there was a suggestion coming from a P1 students to say that there must be a clock there to remind us what time we must go back. So we actually implemented that solution immediately. So these are the platforms that we want to recognize students putting in effort to actually be more mindful about the environment and also coming up with solutions that can actually improve the life of others.
Yeah, that sounds really nice. Like, let's say I'm the P1 student and I realize that there needs to be a clock. How do I give my feedback? Do I need to wait until the program started, then I showcase my idea? Or do I just go straight to a teacher like you and then say, I have an idea?
Okay, maybe the students want to share. Rachel, you want to share?
So we have a mailbox, so you just write down on a piece of paper, and then when you during recess time or after dismissal, you can put it inside the mailbox.
Okay, sorry, that was previously. Now we have transited onto online forms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
What about that?
you forgot about that. It's in your SLS. Okay, anyone wants to share? Okay, Amelia?
So basically on SLS, there's the assignments column and the announcements column. So one of the teachers will post on the announcements like your ATS voices. And for SLC, it's mandatory, and for students, if they just like spot something, they can fill it in. So you can fill in as many suggestions as you see. So there are two types. One is thematic, which is like anything. It could be like environment or like food wastage. And then there's also specific, where it's a specific issue, like how to get students to think more creatively.
All right. And then when someone posts an idea, is there like some sort of voting system to know that, okay, this is the very sought after idea?
Yeah, how does it get selected basically?
So the teachers will look through, and then they'll judge the idea, like if it's feasible, if it's actually a good idea, if it will work for the students. And then if it does, then they'll select it, and then like among all the selected ideas, then they'll choose a few to be implemented in the next school year. And they will also receive an award at the end, like during our end of year awards. Like they get a certificate with their I don't know what it looks like, I've never gotten it before. But then they just get a cert, and their solution will be implemented and shown on the TV at the section where you can draw your ideas or key on the iPad.
That sounds really cool. Has any one of you posted before?
Yeah. One of them was about the toilets. I suggested putting an air freshener because it stank.
That's a real problem. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so most importantly, through this program, what have you learned as well?
Through this experience, I find design thinking really intriguing. We have fun brainstorming all kinds of wild ideas through our discussion and sketches. I feel that I have grown to be more conscious of possible problems around me and more empathetic towards others when I try to find a solution to any problem.
Working together with this team has been most rewarding for me. We really made a great team even though we often argue or disagree with each other. We showed understanding to each other and were cooperative and focused to work towards our common goal. I really experienced the power of teamwork.
Awesome. That's really nice to know the things that you guys have learned. Next, we're just wondering, like, I'm sure you spend so much time working on this project. Are there like any memorable stories that you would like to share with us?
One of the memorable moments for me was when I was chosen to represent my school to be part of the Design Singapore Council's video production about the National Design Project. The video was also screened at the Design Education Summit where we presented our project. It was quite weird to see ourselves on the big screen that day, but I really enjoyed the filming process. Everyone was kind and helpful, and the lady who helped to coordinate the entire process was Miss Sasha. She was also at some of the mentoring sessions we had at the Market Polytechnic. She is very supportive and encouraging. The most surprising thing was, during our side conversation, I realized that she is actually my former ballet teacher's daughter.
Small world.
Yeah, very creepy.
Very creepy. Alright, yes. Also to note that Design Singapore Council is the one that helped to bring Ai Tong Primary School and Kiasu Design Life together. So we also want to take this chance to thank them as well as the middleman to pull us together to make this episode happen.
Yeah. So we want to hear from Mrs. Tan. What kind of improvements have you witnessed in these kids before and after this design thinking program? And why should more students take on programs like this?
Okay, so I witnessed this group of students grow in confidence as they walked this journey together. I think the most satisfying moment for me would be to actually hear them telling me that they really enjoyed the program and they hope to continue the following year. So it doesn't just apply to this group, there were also other groups who told me the same thing. So to me, the end product does not really matter. What matters most is the invaluable process and experiences they have been exposed to. And so this keeps me motivated to continue to run such programs for many batches of students to come.
Ah, nice.
Okay, so we are nearing towards the end of today's episode. So thank you so much, Mrs. Tan, and also Team GummyCare from Ai Tong Primary School for really inspiring us and also reminding us that, designing is not just adult business.
Yeah, definitely.
Kids can do it as well.
Yeah, so we would also like to thank Design Singapore once again for supporting this episode. For more stories like this, check out the People of Design campaign and stay tuned to Kiasu Design Life.
Yeah, right. So, how do you find this episode? Do you want to start grooming your kid into the next superstar designer?
Or presenter.
Or presenter, yes, to potentially meet the next minister. So, anyone over here wants to be a designer next time?
Okay, I see
We
three
see
hands.
a few hand signs. Maybe we can go around to ask y'all what do you want to be in the future as well.
Yeah.
When I grow up, I think I want to be a teacher and volunteer for environment or helping people or have a job related to design.
Oh, wow.
I don't really know. I think I just want to get past PSLE first.
Okay, that's a very realistic goal.
Yeah, that is a challenge, yes. Xuan?
When I grow up, I want to become an engineer because this occupation will let me reinforce my design thinking skills.
That is very true. And also engineers work very closely with designers as well. Yeah. So it's very nice that you have this experience too.
Yeah. It seems like a wholesome thinking. You can predict the design, whether does it work in your engineering.
Yeah. How about you, Luke?
For me, when I grow up, I want to be a fighter pilot
Wow.
because I love planes and I always like flying planes. And for fighter pilots, we have to have very good eyesight. And for now, my eyesight is still really good, so I can still be fighter pilot.
That is very good. And also that's the thing for our occupation. So we are digital product designers, and then a lot of times we look at screens, we design our work all using the computer. Sometimes if we are not careful, it does affect our eyesight as well.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Karyn?
I want to be an artist and design my own set of characters.
Character
Okay.
design. That's cool. Any kind of characters you are into?
Just very cute characters like animals.
Like the gummy bear.
A gummy bear character. How about you, Rui Jie?
So I haven't think so far ahead yet, as I'm only trying to focus on studies first, then see how well I am in studies before picking like a job I want to go to.
I mean, that is also a valid thinking.
Yes,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah, just get through studies and maybe along the way, something will hit you and then
You get inspired.
you get inspired. Cool. So, we're at the end of today's episode. So, feel free to DM us on Instagram at Kiasu Design Live or LinkedIn for any feedback.
This is Adila.
And Xuan.